Hi, and thank you for tuning into the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. Today we're focusing on Exodus chapter 17. There's kind of two main stories happening in this chapter. In the beginning of the chapter, as you read through it today, you'll notice it's the story of water coming from the rock. Incredible story. We're not going to highlight that today. We're actually going to cover it a bit later in the Daily Doses, but I do want to encourage you to focus a little bit on that second half. This may be a familiar story to you, or maybe it's a memory verse portion of the Bible where you know just tidbits of what happened and you've never read through the whole story. But this is a portion where the children of Israel, now in the wilderness, are attacked. They're in battle. Joshua is rising up and they are in battle against another group of people. And it's interesting to see what God does here through Moses and through those around him. I want to read to you beginning in chapter 17, verse 10. It says, "So Joshua did what Moses had commanded, and he fought the army of Amalek. Meanwhile, Moses, Aaron, which is his brother, and Hur climbed to the top of a nearby hill." I love a good story. "As long as Moses held up his staff in his hand, the Israelites had the advantage. But whenever he dropped his hand, the Amalekites gained advantage. Moses' arms soon became so tired that he could no longer hold them up. So Aaron and Hur found a stone for him to sit on. Then they stood on each side of Moses, holding up his hands. So his hands held steady until sunset. As a result, Joshua overwhelmed the army of Amalek in battle." This is such a beautiful picture of the community of believers in your life. We need people. Moses was an incredible leader. Moses was called by God, but Moses was human and he got tired. Now, I don't know why the Lord decided to work in this way symbolically as Moses held up his arm in strength that the battle would be won for the Lord. And yet when his hand began to waver and falter and fall, the army would overtake the army of God. I don't know the imagery of that. I don't know why God did that, but it's such a beautiful picture to see what happened in that moment of weakness for Moses. He had two people. He had Aaron and Hur, who came alongside him, literally got him a place to rest, got him something to sit on, and then physically held up his arms to help him do what was being asked of him. Do you have people in your life? I'm not just talking about friends. I'm not talking about maybe family members, although it could be people in those two arenas. I'm talking about people that really stand beside you, that are there spiritually even for you when you're going through a difficult time, that are going to encourage you, they're going to walk with you. Now, as you notice, the whole army didn't come and surround Moses. We don't need this full large group of people. Usually in life, we may have one or two, as we see here depicted in Moses' life. Who are those people for you? Who are those people in this season of your life? Because it may not be someone who's been there since childhood and now you're in your later years. It might be someone that God brings in for different seasons of our life. But have you been able to determine or decipher who those people may be? The people that will encourage you, that will challenge you, that will support you, that will uplift you, that will help carry weight and burden and struggle with you. If you're aware of who those people are and who they've been, I encourage you to thank them today. Thank the Lord for them, but maybe go out of your way to recognize that and to appreciate what they've been for you. And if you're saying, "Pastor Sarah, I don't know. Sometimes we don't know who those people are until we go through struggle, until we go through hardship. But I encourage you to think about the people that you've allowed in your inner circle, the people that you've allowed to be surrounded with you that are in that inner circle. Are they godly people? Are they people who aren't just going to encourage you in your sin, but are going to stand up for truth? Are they people that are going to point you back to God when you're going through a hard time? Are they people that are strong enough to walk with you when you're going through a hard time? Think about that. Pray about that. Thank God for that. Ask God for that today. Hey, I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you again tomorrow for another Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth.